I actually started with the same world template. We can see that there's still the lighthouse over there, but obviously what this group did with it was very different. Now, this group was this was the group that had some fourth graders in it, and they were a little more intent on kind of, so to speak, breaking the world and seeing what they could come up with. So they actually flooded the lighthouse with lava here. But as you can see, even though the lighthouse is made with wool, it's not burning because I have a world guard running on this server, and it's keeping everything nice and safe. See, look, I can hop right in the fire, and I'm okay. And the wood isn't burning as well. So here, let me fly over to the water here, put myself out. So you can see this group, I did also work on that group building challenge with the red and the blue wool. And we'll see that separately. So now this, they did a lot more just sort of building for the sake of building and exploring. And frankly, they did a lot more sort of experimentation within the world and just trying to find out what they could do. So here's a nice little house, and it leads to, I think this is a pretty large mining system here. No, see, that's the problem with all these underground mines. The kids run off underground, and then I don't always know where they've ended up. So this was a mansion that they decided to build with a number of rooms and some different areas, and then this group actually decided to put a something of a water park on the roof of their mansion. So here's a swimming pool, and then there is a here's a water slide back down to the outside. Whee! Cool. So let's see what else there is. Let's fly over here. So here's another pretty neat building that they came up with. Let's see if I can find the entrance. Here we go. There's a nice balcony. And the kids were always, it was fun. The kids were always really into having like water features in their houses. They'd either call them hot tubs or their own personal water slides or what have you. And it was pretty neat. That was sort of a common theme in a lot of my classes. So let's go back down. Is this the big cave system? Yeah, this goes down for a while. Oh no, now we're in darkness. I'm not finding it. There's one cave system where they've done this whole sort of really cool underground house with different rooms and beds and different tools, and I'm just not finding it. I probably should have done a little preparation before this started. Oh, maybe this is it. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking of. I just came in through the back door, I guess. So this was a group, and they made sure everyone had their own little space, and it was very cute how they kind of divided up the work and divided up the areas of the house as well. So there we go. Cameron, Daniels, and Julian's house. Please don't rob. And I think the sign worked. I think the house was in fact not robbed. Now, there's one other location I want to show you. Let's go out this way. I also pasted that castle into this world too. But now this was a different world. Remember I said this world was a little more free form. They had some older kids in the world. So this world never had that big stone wall going across it that the other one did. So the kids were free to explore right from the start. And it's interesting. I like to try to kind of even though I'm doing the same thing over and over again with many of my different classes, I try to do each one a little differently and just experiment and see what happens. I'm often reminded of the Fallout series, where there were all these vaults that were supposedly supposed to keep people safe in the event of a nuclear reaction, but they were actually, each of these were social experiments, and they would do really cruel things to the inhabitants. So I often think of that. Each of my classes is its own social experiment. I try to change the rules, change what they're allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do, change the starting conditions, and just see what the kids come up with. So here was a house that this was the two fourth graders in the class that really wanted to be away from all of the younger kids, so to speak. So as soon as the class started, they ran way out and into the Arctic wastelands here and built their own house. And you can see they kind of took it in another direction and were really into harvesting paper and making bookcases and coming up with music blocks. I don't think they ever actually made a song with it. I think it's more decoration. But then they each had their own chest and things they came up with. And I just want to remind everyone that except for a few large building projects like the mansion and the red and blue wool areas, the kids built most of this legitimately. They really harvested their own resources and put in the work themselves to make all these structures. And we've all seen amazing Minecraft structures that look like works of art, on YouTube or on the internet. And that's great. You have to kind of remember that these are 7 and 8-year-olds, most of them. So these might not quite have the sort of the aesthetic perfection. Here's another house. Do not rob. That something an adult or a teenager might make. But these houses are really special to these kids, and they put in a lot of work. And it's you can tell that they're a labor of love. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite features. These girls made a carpet, so I thought that was really creative of them. So I guess that's it. I am going to be making these 2 worlds available for you to download. The links will be in the comments or in the description of this video, and so you can check it out yourself. And maybe you can find the big underground mining operation that I failed to find in this video, and check it out. And you might even find some diamonds. And that's it. Oh wait, what? There is one other thing. There was one other special fun thing that I did for this group that I want to show you. They were. It's not this. This is the public pool. That's not what I want to show you. The kids. Towards the beginning of the class, the kids sort of had a problem getting going with mining and sort of getting down to the bottom of the earth. And so one day, as a special exciting treat, I used my admin powers using the mod World Edit, and I blasted a really giant hole down to the center of the earth here, just to get them going, and so they could start digging and get some iron and some redstone and some other real resources, just to sort of help them along. But it was interesting. I thought the kids would just spend most of their time using this as their main mining operation. But kind of once they got the hang of it, once they got underground and sort of saw how things worked there, and how in fact it isn't all that difficult to find a lot of resources, except for some of the more rare things like diamonds or lapis lazuli. But once they had a taste for it, they really all wanted to do their own mines, and that's why you see many of their own houses have basements and mine shafts and things like that in them. So that is basically it. Thanks for watching, and again, feel free to download these worlds and see what the kids came up with. All right, thank you very much.